We're here at Andersonville, the Andersonville prison for the Confederacy, where they held Confederate soldiers everywhere. These right here are new though. I'm not going to try to show you the names of the stones that are new, but some of them are new. Well, a lot of them. A lot of them are new. There's a lot of them that are new, and they've added to it.
Oh, if they see this, these men right here are actually restoring some of the older ones. They're cleaning.
Yeah, they're cleaning them up. They're cleaning up the headstones and everything. So, but anyway, we're here at Andersonville.
This woman right here was
And
buried last year.
yeah, and she's buried with her husband. But as you can see, these are the new ones right here. All of them are new. And these right here are Confederate. Well, not Confederate, I'll take that back. Union soldiers that had gotten captured by the Confederacy. Didn't die from fighting. A lot of the prisoners died from starvation, dysentery. Andersonville was a very crude prison. It was a POW camp. And when I say that they had basic needs or necessities, that's exactly what I mean. They barely had drinking water. And what gets me, there's a lot. I'm from the South. I'm not that far away from my home. I am actually from Douglas, Georgia. Maybe 100 miles away. Maybe a little bit more. Not that very far. Anyway, but anyway, getting back to the subject, a lot of these soldiers are from the South. A lot of people don't understand or didn't know or refuse to accept that a lot of believe in the Southern ways. And it was not all about slavery. It was about a way of life for us. Free trade. We wanted to trade to people that we wanted to. You know, the North didn't like that, and they sat there and said, you know what, you can't do that. You know, we was a sovereign state. But anyway, this is Andersonville, and as far as you can see, Union soldiers. Union. I mean, it's like I said, now past these old ones right here, the second row is family members that wanted to be buried out here, and most of them are veterans, World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. But that's not what we come here for. We come here to look at Andersonville, and I found two brothers from Tennessee. I don't know if I can find them again or not, but they were here, and it choked me up. Think about what their mother must have went through when they come and told her. And it ain't like modern today, you know, within just say maybe a day or 24 hours, families are notified of their loved ones that have gotten injured in combat or has gotten killed in combat. I'm a veteran myself of Iraqi freedom and Afghanistan. I was injured. My family found out literally within 24 hours. They was notified. But this method right here, so maybe you could get a variable on how huge this place really is. And like I said, that way over there is new, but from over there to that oak tree right there, way over yonder past the little tractor thing, all the way down there, over yonder, and some over there. That's, sorry it's shaking, y'all. I'm letting my tripod back down. That's from Union. And the captain over this facility done his very best. He really did. A lot of people don't know that Captain Jackson took and sent, I want to say it was 100 or either 50 of the most sickly troops and sent them to Jacksonville, Florida. He was a Union there, and they were so sick with dysentery and starvation that the Union put them back on the train and sent them right back to Andersonville. They didn't want them. So Mr. Jackson done the best that he could do with what he had, which wasn't much. And he didn't hold a grudge against the Union soldiers. He knew he was a soldier himself. He knew what they was doing. They was fighting for what they believed in. And they died for what they believed in, just like the Confederates did. We fought for what we believed in. They fought for what they believed in. And as in any war, men die. But to see this many men die from dysentery and starvation, it's heart-wrenching. About dying when you're in the military, you know, a lot of them, they went down, you know, fighting. These men didn't. These men did not. These men died in the most terrible, horrible way. No human being should die, especially soldiers. They shouldn't die with dysentery and starvation. It would have been better, really, if they would have just lined them all up and shot them. I know that sounds horrible, but it would have beat a slow, agonizing death from dysentery and starvation. But anyway, I'll be showing y'all more. I'm going to have to end this video, and then I'll start another one. It's probably going to be 3 or 4 different videos, so I could get everything. But like I said, Andersonville, you really should come over here. It's really worth it, really. And it's heart-wrenching. It really is. With dishonor, these soldiers right here, yeah, that's what I was going to say. These 6 men right here died with, yeah, they hung these men right here. Because what they would do in camp, they would go around, and if anybody had any food or anything like that, what they would do is they would go in and they would beat them, and a lot of times they would kill them to get their food. Like I said, you know, really, really crazy things. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, you gotta think about it. They were starving. I mean,
Since there's no Union officer, that basically they took it upon themselves to become a raider gang. That was the name that they were given, was the Raiders. what they did was they went around and they bullied all of them, beat them up,
and a lot of
some of
killed them,
stole their stuff. They even robbed the Dow of $170. And they ended up getting hanged. And
they hung them
because of the dishonor that they committed. They were
buried.
not allowed to be buried with the rest of them.
With the rest of
they
the
were
men.
Purposely buried apart from them.
Over here.
By themselves. There's a plaque over there.
Which hunger and starvation will make you do crazy things. I mean, you got to think about it. These men were starving, and it wasn't all. It wasn't all the Confederacy's fault. I'll be over there in a minute. It wasn't just the Confederates' fault. The Confederacy was starving too. Also, they was doing without. They was doing the best they could do with what they had, which wasn't much. We'll come over here and look at this plaque. Not to paint any pictures on them or anything like that, but you know, they did the best they could do with what they had. You know, and like I said, wasn't much. You know. So anyway, let's look at this.
It says before the execution, the 6 Raider leaders were court-martialed by their peers. Confederates provided lumber for the gallows, which were erected near the prison's south wall. The remaining Raiders were forced to run a gallant formed by their fellow prisoners. The names of these headstones may not be accurate. Several of the Raiders were deserters who re-enlisted under alias.
A lot of them would take in.
It says the Raiders took $170 from the Dow. He was badly cut up, but finally got away and reached the gate and reported to Captain Weiser, who came up with him and demanded that the robbers should be given up under penalty of no rations for 1 week. It says right here that it was Elgin Forbes, 4th New Jersey Cavalry, June 29th, 1864. It says these 6 graves were deliberately set apart. Those 6 prisoners were buried with dishonor. Only enlisted soldiers were imprisoned at Andersonville, with no Union officer to maintain order. Life in the pen became anarchy. The gang known as the Raiders roamed the prison yard, bullying, robbing, and even murdering other prisoners. Eventually, with the blessing of Commandant Weiser, the prisoners formed a police squad called the Regulators, arrested the Raiders, and tried and hanged 6 of the ringleaders. And this was the picture that they put of the ringleaders. They had the soldiers on the ones that were the Regulators, and then they had their other POW soldiers that were. They said it happened on the South Wall. Which is pretty. I was actually wondering that when we first came up here why they were by
Why
themselves.
they was buried. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about them taking and.
I was assuming they had to have done something not good.
Yeah.
Because they were the only ones that I saw by themselves.
But anyway, y'all, I can only record for 25 minutes like this, so we're going to go to another part of Andersonville prison, and we'll pick up right there.